This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, all of you. Let's start. So yesterday we discussed about definition of Python. We discussed about high-level general purpose interpreter, and we have dynamic and object-oriented. Okay. So this is the whole definition of Python is high-level general purpose interpreter, dynamic and object-oriented language. Okay. So we discussed about first three. The next two we'll discuss in the as part of the advantages of Python. Okay. Move on to the advantages of Python. So this is the definition. Now let's move on to advantages of Python. The first one is platform independent. So we discussed as part of high level language. So platform independent is the advantage. So what is that? Run anywhere, write anywhere. Okay, run your code, execute your code. It doesn't matter whether it is the code has been written in which OS. Okay, let's say Linux OS is there. Someone has written a program there. You can copy the program to your system. Yeah, maybe your system is Mac or Windows. Yes, you don't need to worry about it. It will definitely execute and give the output to you. Okay. But only the thing is the internal logic which is converting as part of your OS dependency code that will taken care by the Python. Okay. So don't assume that something is not happening and it is executing because of Python. No, no, no. It is very much clear. If someone is written a program in Linux, that will not directly be executed in the Windows machine. It is very clear. Your system component should take care something. Okay, the taken care part will be taken care by the Python itself. So there are some components in the Python. So it will take care of the code execution in your machine as part of as what is the OS and all. It will take care. You don't user has to no worry about the situation. He just needs to concentrate on the code. Okay, the platform independence, simple logic is, simple tagline is, write anywhere, run anywhere. The second one is easy. So Python coding is very easy compared to other languages. Okay. I always bet with the students. Okay. I'm always, if you give any Java program or .NET program to me, which is 200 lines of code, I can definitely convert into Python code minimum of 150 lines. Not minimum, maximum of 150 lines. Okay. If you give any program to me, definitely I will reduce the number of lines by after converting into Python. So Python code is very easy and very understandable and very maintainable. Okay. So easy, understand and maintain. Three are the three advantages of Python is easy, understanding and Python and the maintenance. Okay. So what is the second one? Understanding. If you are any friend, if he knows Java, give two programs, .NET program and Python program. He can definitely understand better than .NET program. Because by seeing the code itself, you will get some knowledge. Okay, the code, readability, everything. So I just mentioned as easy only, but internally a lot of things I'm explaining. Okay, very easy to understand, very easy to write, very easy to maintain. Okay, the maintenance of the code is also very easy in Python. Okay, let me take small example so that you will understand it. Okay, so when I was searching for jobs as a fresher, that is mm, 2005. There was a popular interview question. Okay, maybe still it is rounding in the current industry also. I'm not sure, but very interesting question at the time of my career start. Mm, so there are two variables having values of 10 and 20. So the output they are expecting is B equals to 10 and A equals to 20. Can you guess the question? Anybody? What is
Swap
the
the
yeah, swapping the numbers? Okay, swapping the number. Now, at the time of my job search, uh, the solution is take one temporary variable, put the a value. Now, in after execution of this line, 11th line, temp will contain 10 and a is also contained. Now say a equals to b. So after this line of execution, a equals to 20 and b equals to 20. The first one we take temporary variable. Temporary variable we are assigning a so that both will have 10. After that, we are saying A equals to B. Because of this line of execution, A will be 20, B will be 20. Now, after the immediate, the B equals to 10. So the output will, so after this execution, B equals to 10. That's all. This is the solution. Hope you understand. But don't worry if you don't understand also, not a problem. This is not actual Python. This is, we are discussing about the advantages of it. So we took the temporary variable, we are assigning A, so the temp and A will hold the same value. Then after that, I'm changing A to B. That means A equals to B. So A will be 20, B will be 20. So after that, B equals to 10. So B equals to 10. So this is the popular entry question because when I was searching for job, there are two popular languages, .NET and Java. No Python at all. So I started with as a fresher and then Java questions like so. This is the one of the question they it's very popular at the time of 2005. So what happened is this question, if you go for as a Python developer in your resume, if you are clearly said that I am Python developer, no interviewer will ask this question. Still right now also there is a possibility that freshers with Java, they may ask this question. But if you go for a Python interview, people cannot ask this question because in Python, the same situation in Python, the code is, this is the Python answer. This is the Python coding to swap two numbers. 17th line is Python coding. The previous three lines maybe C++, Java, .NET, you need to write like this. But if you go to Python, 17th line is the output. 17th line is the answer. Simply put, A comma B equals to B comma A. It will take care of the swapping of the numbers. This is called easy. So we have all the things like this one. I told you, I bet this. Today I bet with you. Give me any program to me. I will definitely convert into Python with less number of lines. 200 lines of code, I can do it in 75 lines also. But I'm saying maximum 50 lines. Okay? 150 lines I will do. So this is called easy. If something is easy, definitely understanding is also easy. If understanding is also easy, then maintenance also very easy. So that's where the dependency is because of the easy. Once that is easy, development is easy, understanding is also easy. If both are easy, the maintenance is also very easy. This is the one of the reason right now, every client is going with Python. That is the reason these last years Python is very popular. Why? Because earlier 10 years ago there are separate teams, QA, testing, development, DB like that. But right now I see individual contributor. So this is very popular now in IT industry. And everybody has to do everything. That is the one more tagline which is rounding in all software organizations. Like that, no tester, no developer, and all. Everybody has to do both testing and the development. So if someone is having a 15 years of testing experience, if he wants to move to the development, how can he come? So the only language, if people with less knowledge of programming, they can directly start with Python because Java is very tough to them. So that's the reason client is asking people to start learning Python, and client is also he agrees to go for Python. So that's why these last 7 years Python is very popular because of this is one of the reasons. Because maintenance is easy. And third one, memory. So what is this memory? I think every language is right now taking care of memory. But let me tell you one small example. Let's say people are writing C code. Okay, the developer created 10 variables. Let's say 10 variables occupying 10 into 16, maybe 16 bytes, 160 bytes are occupied. For 10 variables, 160 bytes are occupied. Okay. Now, as a C programmer, it is very much clear the 10 variables, if he or she is creating, it is the developer responsibility. After finishing the program, he has to clean up 10 variables manually by putting none something. Okay, there is a logic also. So someone who is creating variables in C program, that is his responsibility to clean up those variables in the program itself. Then only the 160 bytes of memory will be freed. Otherwise, the 160 bytes will be consumed lifelong until he restart the system. So this is the problem actually. This is the memory problem we haven't seen a lot of languages earlier. Now, the recent languages like all .NET, Java, all languages is taken care by this concept, is taken care by using the concept called GCD, GC, garbage collector. So what is garbage collector will do? So as a programmer, if you are creating a 200 variables, you don't need to worry about the cleanup of those variables. So garbage collector is an internal component which runs as a daemon thread. So it will take care cleanup of the unused resource. Okay, so user is no need to worry about the cleaning of the variables. The garbage collector will take care of the cleaning of the resources. Okay, so that's the reason developer job is easy. He can create any number of variables, but he can forget, no problem. Once program execution is done, garbage collector will take care of the cleanup of those variables. So this is garbage collector is there in all the languages, right?
Hey, Srinivas, can you explain it more on GC?
GC actually takes 3 hours actually. If you really want it, please let me know. At the end of session, just ping me. I will take it.
Yeah, generally, right. So when application is running on the server, you got out of memory and the application got restarted. So at that time, we give the
Ah,
thread dump and the heap dump, right? So due to this GC,
memory that is coming because of not GC, because of the memory leaks in the code.
okay, okay,
Memory leaks in the code. And one more thing, maybe in Java, I don't know. Uh, let's say, uh, let's say Java program is there. It is consuming, let's say you have a 4 GB RAM. Let's say Java program, the program itself is consuming 3 GB memory. Okay. But in between, they can do manually garbage collector in Python. I don't know in Java whether it is able to, can they able to do that or not. So if you really want memory to be clean up in the middle of the program also, we can do that. But I'm not
okay,
sure in Java. Okay.
okay, okay,
Yeah. The first thing is we never do like that because in Java also I worked on Java, right? So if something is going like that, this is definitely memory leak in the program itself.
okay, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So garbage collector is there in all the languages right now. But still, why I'm saying this is an advantage in Python? Okay, garbage collector is there in all the language. Then why do we need to say this is an advantage of Python? No, there is a special memory benefit in Python. Okay, there is a special memory benefit. Garbage collector anyway there in the languages. So I should not say this is one of the advantages. Okay, that is common in all the languages, right? But why in Python I'm saying this is an advantage is we have an additional advantage in Python. So as I said now, in between we can do the GC also, but that I thought of discussing in the actual thing. But let me tell you actual advantage of garbage memory in Python. Okay, let's say Java C++ or any other program. Okay, I'm creating variable. So let's say I created 3 variables in other not Python language. Okay. So let's assume each integer or creating 16 bytes of memory. So 16 bytes occupying 16 bytes. So total how much memory occupied? 48 bytes. Now Python program. So Python also same thing. 16 bytes, 16 bytes, 16 bytes. So total is how much? 40. So this is other than Python program. This is Python program creating 3 variables. It will occupy 48 bytes of memory. So there also 48 bytes of memory. So what exactly happens in any language when you are creating a variable? Okay. So memory will be created. Memory will be created. Memory will be created. Then A, B, C. Value will be stored. 10, 20, and then 30. So this memory location size is 16 bytes. 16 bytes, 16 bytes. Total occupancy is 48 bytes. Clear? This is the program. This is what happens in the memory. So as these programs, yes, even in Python also 48 bytes memory will be occupied. Now I'm changing in the code. Okay. Now I'm changing in the code. This is common in both. I mean other languages and also Python language. Because of this code, the 48 bytes memory will be occupied. That is sure. Now I'm changing the code. What I'm changing? I am giving value same. Okay, all are having same. Now for this program, this will happen. For this program, I mean other than Python language, this occupies 48 bytes memory. This for this code also 48 bytes of memory. But coming to Python, now what Python will do, 15th line creates a memory. So for A, it will create memory value 10, A and 16 bytes. Now second one, B, right? So here Python has an internal algorithm. Okay, as I said, Python component comes with an internal algorithm. 16th line, B equals to 10, right? Now what Python will do, it will go to memory first and it will search for, is there any memory location which is already created for 10? Then what it will do, hey B, I found that one memory location with same value. Why don't you share that memory location? So this will also pointed by B. After that, it will go to C and also, hey C, you can also share the same memory location. Now tell me how much memory occupied? 16. This is the second reason people are going with Python right now. Mainly clients are going with Python right now. Why? Because they don't need to invest the money for the servers. Because even with 4 GB RAM also, you can run your Python project as a production system. This is the one of the reason Python occupies less memory, so that it will client no need to invest more money on the memory. Because if you create 200 variables with the same value, 200 variables, one memory location will be created. The memory location will be shared by all these guys. But other languages, every will create a separate memory. But Python is not like that. It will create only one memory location, and that will be shared by all the variables. So here, this is the example. Only 16 bytes of memory occupied for three variables. But other languages, 48 bytes memory occupied. Clear? This is memory.
Srini,
Advantage of
due to that it is called as a heap memory.
no heap memory is different.
Okay,
Heap memory
because
is
Python
different.
uses a heap memory, right? That's why.
Yeah, but there should be something memory has to be used by the language.
Okay,
Okay, so
that means
heap memory, yes, it is used, but the usage I'm talking, how
okay,
it will use the memory. Okay, so in that memory, it will create only one memory location, not three memory locations. Okay,
okay, okay.
and the fourth one is dynamic. Okay, so this is one of the reason actually. Let me tell you my experience. So as I said, I'm actually a Java programmer, Java developer. I worked since Struts was there. Struts Spring was there, but later Spring Boot, everything has come, but I don't have any experience even. I didn't know at the time. That is not actually released when I was there. So in for my manager only, he got a Python project. Okay, so the Java project has been shut down. So he got a Python project. Then he asked me, "Can you come to Python project?" I said, "No, no, Gautam, it's not possible. I'm very much interested in Java because I like Java very much." But he said that, "Srini, we don't have any projects in Java. So you think and come back. Otherwise, you have to serve in the bench itself." So almost 15 days I was on bench. Then this I asked all the people and they said no Java. I mean no vacancy for Java project. So instead of waiting for on the bench, I tried myself in the outside. Okay, I got an offer from CTS and all. So then I said my manager, I said I put the papers and he is okay because we know that. But what happened after putting the papers? He called me once and sorry, we go to tea and all. So he said, Srini, you have anyway 2 months notice period. Okay, why don't you work in my current project? Because we are building the people. So we are building the people. This has happened in 2013. So why don't you join in my project only? Just 2 months. You just see what exactly happening and then you see, and also you observe what is Python, etc. Yeah, this is good idea because 2 months anyway wasting time. So yeah, good idea. Then I joined in the same project, Python plus cloud computing. So after 45 days, okay, after 45 days, I canceled my visa. Okay, this is the reason. Dynamic. One of the reason I'm telling you, just one of the reason. Okay, scripting language. Why people call scripting language? Because of the dynamic, and it is developer friendly. Okay, because I know that when I'm creating a Java file, I need to discuss with manager at the time of creation of variables only. What type of variable I should create and okay, let's say I'm creating variable in Java, int a equals to 10, int b equals to 20. This is the way of creating the Java variables. Then I say int c equals to a plus b. So print c. So it will add the numbers. But in case if client wants to change a to like this, it will not work. Why? Because you said that int variable, but you given a float variable. So your total program will fail. What we need to do, come here and change saying that float. Okay, this is called programming language. This is called programming language. Scripting language is dynamic. Programming language is static. What is static here? Okay, remember this. In programming languages, variable creation will happen left to right. That means it will come here. It will create variable for a, left to right I'm talking. So first we mentioned what? Integer. Okay, then what it will be done in the memory? Int variable memory will be created. Then what is that? You said a. Okay, a will be created. Then what is the value you are saying? 10, 10, let's assume 10. Okay, so 10 will be placed left to right. Let's assume you given a b for b, you said like this. Now int memory will be created. Then b will be created. After that, it will try to store 20.67 in the memory. Then it will fail, saying that sorry, boss. I created memory for variable, but you are trying to insert float value. This is not possible. Why? Because you clearly mentioned that I am the variable b, I am the integer variable. I can hold integer variables only. But if you give other than integer, my code will fail. So what happens now? User has to change everything to float. Then only this code will work. So this is the confusion for Java programmers, what type of variables I need to create, etc., etc. Okay, this is very big trouble actually in Java program. Okay, because I know, I worked on both. Okay, this is a big confusing part also. But what Python is saying that we are dynamic. We are dynamic. So like this, what exactly happens is, if you're writing a Python program, you need to say like this. This is the Python program. What is this? It's very simple. This is a right to left approach, dynamic. What is right to left? Now Python checks that what value you are trying to store. Oh, integer variable. Then it will create integer memory. Then say A, then put the value. Okay, it's very simple. The restaurant, you are booking in the front, booking before coming to the restaurant. Okay, so you said that 4 people were coming, so they reserved four only. So unfortunately, 2 people added to your team. So when you come to the restaurant, only 4 seats are available. That's all. It's not possible. It is static. But restaurant people said that you please come, sir. We will arrange the table automatically. Then you come six, immediately they will arrange six members table. You come with eight people will be arranged. That is dynamic. So you never get in a false situation at the time of creation variable if it is a dynamic. Why? Because let's say someone is giving 10.89, then automatically Python will take care. You don't need to change anything because it is a right to left approach. It will take the value first, determine which type of variable, then create the memory, then put it in the. But Java, programming languages are not like that. Left to right approach. This is static. They will create the memory based on the type you specified and then try to put that value. If you are not giving correct value, then it will throw an error. So that's why dynamic is an advantage to the developers because developer no need to worry. And one more big advantage is in Python, not only Python, any scripting language. Okay, any scripting language, all are dynamic. Let's say in Java you created like this in a program. Okay, after 10 lines of code, you don't want this variable because this variable is over. After 10 lines of code, this variable is over. Okay, in Java, if you really have a garbage collector in manual, you can delete and recreate. But I don't know in Java whether it is there or not because I was there very 10 years ago. I don't know. Okay, so in Java, if you really want A to be reused for string, okay, A to be reused for string, in Java, this is not possible. Why? Java, it will throw an error. Sorry, you are already created for integer. You are trying to put it in string. Put string in that. It will throw an error. But in Python, not like that. You can reuse anytime, anywhere. Create a first line A equals to 10. Then after you say A equals to string, what happens? Okay, then this variable will be changed to string automatically. You don't need to worry because till 13th line, A will be integer value. Then after 14th line, A is string value. You can reuse the variable if you don't like it or if it is not useful from there. So this is the power of dynamic. So this is the one of the reason I said I can convert any program into a Python program with less number of lines. 2013, I joined in that project as a senior software engineer. Now I'm the manager to that project. And a lot of calls in the same company asking me to join Java projects. I'm not joining because of these are the advantages. Because of these advantages. Plus cloud computing anyway is there, the powerful tool is there. But yes, we are automating the cloud computing through Python. So one click, one cloud will be created within 45 minutes. 6,000 lines of code will be executed. We have automated. But all these properties of Python, I'm not moving out of this one. Okay. And one more advantage, let's go. Give me 1 minute. So you are in cabin now. Tell me, what exactly you start thinking? Best employee award. You have to give respond to that mail with one name. What exactly you start thinking? Yeah, sorry. Guys, are you ready? What exactly you start thinking? How do you decide best employee? What you see in your team? It's not a technical question, it's a simple question. Anybody can answer. Nobody watching you. You are only one sitting in room in front of the system. If you're not speaking now, how can you speak later? In the class also, I ask a lot of questions. And if you're not speaking, you have the problem, you're unfit. You code well doesn't matter, but later, after some years, you need to speak. Only speaking is the job. How do you give best employee award?
Based on the work.
Okay, okay. One more.
I think timely delivery.
Delivery
Yeah.
based on the behavior.
behavior. Okay, I get you.
Who completes the work on time and submit it.
That is delivery, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Any other?
Like work ethics, like in time coming to the organization and out time. That also comes under.
Okay. That's all.
Value addition.
Meaning,
That means other than work.
other than work, yeah.
NPD, new product development. Like
Value addition. Okay. NPD. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Now tell me, where did you learn all these things? Which class they explained to you?
it's by
Dance
experience.
class or experience, right? Tell me.
Yes,
So people who follows these rules, they comes under best employee. Agree?
Yes.
yes,
Yes, right. Now tell me, Java is an object-oriented language. Java is an object-oriented language. Tell me, object-oriented language rules are came first or Java came first?
Object-oriented rules are came first.
Rules are came first. Then
Yes.
why we call Java is an object-oriented language?
I think it was built on those rules, right?
Meaning Java follows the rules which are defined in object-oriented language. Yes or no?
Correct. Correct.
Srini is the best employee because he follows the rules that are defined in best employee. Java is an object-oriented language because Java follows the rules which are defined in object-oriented language. That's why we call Java as an object-oriented language. Clear? These two statements?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Correct? Yes.
Correct.
Coming here, if you're really a manager, don't take these two as part of the best employee. It's my suggestion. Okay? If he is not doing well, that is your mistake. First point. If he is not delivering well, that is also your mistake because you are manager. Okay, rest also we should not consider, I mean, partially, but first two don't take it as best employee. He works well, he deliver well, don't. No. Others not delivering it, that is your issue. That is absolutely your problem. He's not doing well, that is also your problem. Okay, but this is another discussion. We don't need right now. Okay, so people who follows the rules of a best employee, he comes under the best employee. The same way, Java is an object-oriented language. Java is an object-oriented language. What is C? Any idea?
Process oriented language. Like
Procedural-oriented language.
procedure, yes, procedure.
So Haskell is also language. Is functional-oriented language. So now you understand, right? Why we call C is a procedural-oriented language? There are rules defined here that C follows. Why Haskell is a functional-oriented language? There are rules defined here. Haskell follows. Rules defined in object-oriented language that is followed. But now, what is Python? So there are two types of employees in our organization: best employee or non-best employee. That's all. Just employee, employee, best employee. And every organization, that's all right. We have like this one. Employee, best employee. Okay. Like that, languages also there should be a tagline. Every language should have a tagline. Okay. But what is Python? Okay. Python is the only one we can say it follows all. That means Python is an object-oriented language. Python is procedural-oriented language. Python is functional-oriented language. This is one of the powerful reason, powerful advantage of Python. Right now, industry is looking at Python. Not industry actually, client is looking. Client is saying that I want Python only. This should be built on Python. Earlier, 10 years ago, clients are just non-technical. Now clients are very much technical, better than us actually. They know everything. So Python follows all the rules, object-oriented rules, procedure-oriented rules, and function-oriented rules. So this is the reason, let's say I have 10 people on bench, they know C language. That means they know procedure-oriented language. I have 10 people, they know Haskell. I can club them, put it in Python project. The only syntax is same, rules are correct. Rules are same for all the language. Only syntax is same, different. I know the object-oriented people, I know C people, I can club them, I can put it in my Python project. Because a program can be written in all three ways in Python. Okay, what is the string? Very simple. Let's say I want to print my name. Okay, I have asked Java people to write the program. Now what Java people will do? They will create a class. Hello. Then that's all. This is the Java problem. They have to start. Because this is the only syntax they have to follow. Why? Because Java is an object-oriented language. Now, can I apply this one in C language? Can I apply this in Haskell? No. But let's see the Java program. For printing Srinivas only, they have written these lines of code because this is the only way they can do that in Java because this is an object-oriented language. But coming to Python, for this small requirement also, why should you go for Java classes? I mean, object-oriented language. I can directly do that. What is this Python? If like I want to print something in Python, the program is this one. This is procedure-oriented language for me. That's all. This is the program in Python. I don't need to write all this stuff because I'm not going with object-oriented language. I'm going with procedure-oriented. See here only the number of lines reduced. This is the flexibility we have in Python. Whatever you know, you can apply as per the requirement. No, Srina, I'm doing a very powerful security feature. Then go for object-oriented language. No, no, I'm not doing for any security feature. Just prints the all the things. Then go for procedure-oriented language. No, no, I want to do with functionality. Then go for Haskell. I mean, functional. So user has a given with all these flexibilities. So that's why this is very popular now. Because Python follows object-oriented, procedure-oriented, and functional. All these three are possible in Python. Clear? So huge module package support in Python. So what is this thing? Actually, initially, when I was in my project, Python project, so my manager always said, actually he's from Microsoft actually. So we paid a lot. I mean, our organization paid huge money as a package. So he came from Microsoft directly because of this project. So I learned a lot of things from him. He was the first manager. He called the entire team and said that when you get a requirement, before starting the code, especially in Python, please search in Google. Is there any code already available for this requirement? If it is there, take it out. If it is not there, write your own code, then post it in Google. This is the statement. If it is there, take it out. If it is not there, you write the code, post it in Google. After a lot of discussions with him, And I asked her, why? Why are you asking this? This is the reason. Srini, a lot of people not aware that Python has huge module support. Okay, he explained a bit later, he elaborated. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, so I have a part. Let's say this is the path coming from the system. So what you need to print, this one you need to print. So path is an input, your output should be this one. So what people are doing, and actually normal people, what they do, they will convert this into string. This is anyway string. They will try to how many are there, and last one, they will give and block. But we have a module called OS in Python. OS dot one function is there. Okay. If you call the function, pass this as a variable, it will give the last one. So if you are searching in Google only, you will know, because this is huge modules we have. Nobody remembers that. We have lots of packages, almost more than 50,000 packages are available in Python. Who remembers all these things? So search in Google. You will see one line of code. You are writing time. You are writing 7 lines of code and you are wasting time. Instead of search in Google, you will get one line, or you will get the complete module support for your task. Huge module support. Okay, this is the reason right now Selenium with Python, cloud computing, data science, data engineering, lot of things are happening very easily because of the module support. Yes, data science, we have very good package, very good module support in Python. That's why people are going with Python. Third party people are creating lot of libraries for Python for their usages by using Python. Huge module support. That's why right now it is very popular. Okay. Yeah. So we have other advantages also, but that is common in all the languages. That's why I'm not highlighting. These are the very highlighted points. I mean, compared to other languages, these are the advantages. Whatever the advantage we have in all the language, that is same in Python also. I mean, we can connect database, we can do a lot of stuff with database and all. Okay. So today, yes, we discussed about advantages. Tomorrow we'll discuss further. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Any questions we can raise?
No, Srinivas. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.